It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Up next, we'll keep it within the NFC for this game. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Fields this one at the 3. Escapes a defender. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss. He was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3-and-out partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
No, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback. And you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win. There's certainly some momentum to build on today.
13 yards on the play.
First down throw, here's Love. Cut down the field, Golden. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
It's a gain of 25
Working inside the red zone.
And the Packer first down.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Just need 3 now to find the end zone on this first possession. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Love. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Jamison Williams. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works his way for a gain of 4. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Nick Snad to throw. Screen here for Gibbs. He dodged the tackle. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions trim the lead to 1. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Has this at the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. And they sure looks clean throwing that football the last drive, didn't they? That's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up some mo, while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for him, too.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Play action. Love.
At the 38-yard line.
Kraft has it. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out.
27 yards. And the Packers.
Thrown on first down. Love. Throw takes him to the sideline, but he gets both feet in with the catch. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. Hand off on 2nd and short. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That one gains 7. And it'll give the Packers the first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to the well again. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Another carry for him. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers break the tie here in the first. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Packers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Lions 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Alabama. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there. I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down, but to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one does not go far.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing his love on 3rd. Lobs this deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their early lead to 13.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers double their lead to 14.
Lions 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10 from the 32. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Again, it's Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 42.
Nicks from the gun. Finds his man. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
14 yards. That's good for the Lions.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 21-7 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Second down, looking for options. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Shotgun snap to Nix. Complete to St. Brown. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the first down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding. So they get dings for the holding. Got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and long for him here. Short pass caught by his tight end. Running in the red zone. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the red zone now. Throws caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Packers' 4-yard line.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight.
And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Now they got to the end zone with that free play, partner, so they will, of course, decline the offsides and take those points. That one right down the middle. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Lions 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Reynolds with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers and Matthew Golden ready to take over once again on offense. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Complete out to the right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Completed over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Love now off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And hey, if you can't prevent the catch, Brock, at least prevent a gain after it, right? So they make the quick stop at the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Green Bay.
From the red zone on 1st. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Back to the air. Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't make the hook up with Matthew Golden. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Aubrey puts it through, and that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year, and I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. Jukes away from one. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. We put a receiver in motion left. Nicks off the play action. This one to Williams out left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up
out of the gun. It's Nicks. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Nicks looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. The Lions readying for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They'll run here on 1st down. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 1 play in, and they are already close to midfield.
A gain of 19 yards.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
This offense is sending a message, winning the battle up front on consecutive snaps. There's got to be some urgency here defensively. You just can't keep getting walked backward this easily.
That's Golden working the sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
That's another Packers 1st down.
Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Once more, it's Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Aubrey puts it through, and that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurricane. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. So second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Nix. Taken in by Williams outright. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
Lions first down. 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. Delivers another one to Williams. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. The bounce outside, he is a little bit there, about 3 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Here's Nix. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It looked like the Lions were able to fall on it, so possession stays with them.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They dodged the turnover, but still 3rd and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Lions making the call for their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Reynolds with a return. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Packers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Love out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Love from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Short pass brought in. And he's almost to the markers. His effort takes it to the 40. Third down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Setting him on the dime. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Rolling left, buying some time. And he gives himself up after a short gain. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Aubrey puts it through. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the 3rd quarter. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Return coming from the 6. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Play action. Love. Connects with the open man downfield. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Packers...
Looks like they go an option keeper on 1st and 10. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. So 1st down from the 41.
A gain of 12. And the Packers 1st down.
Blowing back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Takes the handoff, now Love. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he gets this forward to the 19. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19.
Give now to the running back. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's taken down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. And 3rd and short.
He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Packers 1st down. A pickup of 2 yards.
Here's Love.
Green Bay.
Hits him on the out route. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Number 87. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Love to throw.
At the 12-yard line.
Dumped off to his running back. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
So Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
The Packers.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. So they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down at the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
Shotgun snap to Nix.
the 27-yard line.
It connects down the sideline. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45.
And the Lions.
Nix with it on first. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Intended for Jamison Williams. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Nix, quick outline, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Number 14, Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. The Packers all set to get back out there. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Dive play straight ahead. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Love now, off the play action. Cut down the field, Golden. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
And the Packers, 1st down.
Throwing, it's Love. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
That's interference. Defense.
So with a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. They'll run here following the penalty. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage. All right, here we go. 2nd down. To the air with Love. Completed to his running back. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
Throwing his Love on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the lead does not change. It's still 21 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's good for the Lions. 1st down.
Williams coming in motion right.
38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing here, Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards. They're into the red zone. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
There's a dive up the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10. At the
Off the play fake, here's Nix. To the end zone, but incomplete. Their shot there on 1st down, Brock, but don't come away with any points just yet. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. Will this drive continue? Here comes third down.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Here he goes, third and long. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up fourth and long. Lions making the call for their field goal unit. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Reynolds with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And he went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's second and 13. Love from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
third and long. They're going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The Packers send out their punting unit.
It's fourth down.
Collects this at the 35. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 1 yard gain.
This is the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Here's Nix to throw. Screen here for Gibbs. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Nix. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's a give to Gibbs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Second and 5.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Nix looking to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is good for Detroit first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. He's got it over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. To the line and set. Here we go. First down.
Lions, first down.
Putting the tight end in motion.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on first down, Nix. He's got it along the sideline. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Nix off the play action. Complete out to the right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Nix trying to sneak it. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
And the Lions, first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Nix from the gun. Catch made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Brings in the kick at the 9. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Packers to Matthew Golden, ready to take over once again on offense. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now Love on the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 8 yards to go.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Gets everything he has under this one. That's complete inside the 35. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone.
That's good for a Packers.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Back to the well again. He got away from a couple of defenders, but they just kept coming. This one's going to end the loss, Brock. Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on his 3rd down. Third and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and in some. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On first down, it's Nix. Taken in by Williams outright. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Throwing this one back at the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Desperation time here. He finds him beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Knicks with it on first. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And dose of the hurry up here.
Brings up second and 14. At the Packers.
Out of the gun, it's Knicks. Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. Offense to the line fast.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 6.
On third down, here's Knicks. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this. Motioning the tight end left. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
Detroit Lions, first down. First down and goal to go.
They'll throw again. Knicks. Brought in. Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there. Knicks to throw again. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Working quickly here.
No gain on the play. Brings up
third and goal. Here's Knicks. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So the flag is declined, and now, Brock, they got to figure out what they want to do on fourth and goal. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions now within one score in the fourth. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Packers getting set here. First and 10. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. He dodged the tackle. He's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Packers feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Going to the ground again on first. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Another carry for him. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They give it to him again. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He has the Packer first down, and Brock, that should be enough to win this game.
First down. First and goal, Green Bay.
Design quarterback run here. Kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Packers are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.